everyone. I'm Kendria. I need you to go like, follow, and subscribe. Soul Productions.
What's up, everyone? And this is Next Level Thinking.
What's up, everyone? It's another episode of Next Level Thinking, where we always help bring you to the next level. It's your host, Chris Holmes, as always, and today I have a special guest by the name of
Caleb Brown.
Awesome. So go ahead and tell the audience just a little bit about yourself so we can go ahead and dive in.
Okay, so I went to Mercer University in Macon, Georgia, originally to be a physical therapist. I played football there, and I always thought I wanted to get into sports medicine. But in my senior year, I decided to become a full-time artist, and that's what I've been doing the last 3 years. I'd always had a gift for art, but I never thought that I would do it professionally. But I decided to take that chance on myself. I had the opportunity to go to physical therapy school, but I decided to go into art. And I've been able to connect with so many cool people, a lot of great influences, and I've been able to support myself financially, which has also been very important. I guess one of the early scary things, but I've been able to do a lot of great things, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity. But that's my thing, man.
Cool. So before you go even further, I want to kind of go into where you made that decision to go a little bit more full into art. So I'm pretty sure a lot of other people can relate to this, especially when you in the beginning stages trying to figure out who you are and things like that. What was the moment where it just clicked and be like, I feel like I need to go this direction? Because I know everybody has different kind of ways in their moments of where that happens. So tell about your experience when you knew that you had to make this shift into a different direction.
I knew exactly when it was. It was the winter break of my senior year. I remember I was going home and I had to do an internship for a physical therapy clinic. And I remember being in the clinic and not wanting to be there. And I felt like that wasn't what life was supposed to be like, I guess, for at least whatever I wanted to spend the rest of my life doing. I just remember I wanted to go home so bad. I was so bored. And I was like, okay, Caleb, you might need to start looking into something else, because this is what you're about to go to school for. You about to pay another, $50,000 to figure out how to be a physical therapist, and you don't even want to be here. So at that point, I decided to kind of do some soul searching and really think about what it was I wanted to do. But that was really it, when I realized that the field that I was in wasn't as fulfilling as I thought it was going to be.
True. And I always say, if your heart's not in it, you're not going to pretty much do the late work and the details and all the other things that come with it to actually take it to the next level and things like that, because you're not really feeling it. So with that said, here's something else I guarantee people are kind of right now, I probably want to hear it. When you made this shift and transition, and be completely honest, was everybody supportive of you, or did you kind of get some hesitation from people you thought would support you when you made this shift?
I was actually a lot more surprised at how many people did support me because I didn't really have any people who told me not to do it. I expected way more people, even my parents, to be like, "Caleb, you sure you want to do that?" But they were a lot more supportive than I even expected. I have a few friends who I was texting at that time, and I always thank them because they were really the push I needed, because I was painting during that same break where I was deciding I didn't want to be a physical therapist. And I was sending them the paintings, and they were saying, "Caleb, you can be great, man. You can do it. And those are the people that really kind of gave me the confidence for real to say that I could do it. But I didn't have too many people that said, don't do it, because, I had a gift. I knew I had a gift. And I think people kind of believed in that gift too. And so it wasn't as much pushback as I thought it would be.
Sounds like they saw it before you did.
Oh, yeah, man. Absolutely.
Cool. And that goes to another great point, the importance of having a supportive system, or watch your surrounding or inner circle, because that is what's going to really elevate you to take it to any part of where you want to go into life. Because if you surround yourself with positive people and also people encouraging, you're going to have the success that you want. Vice versa, if your inner circle is contained with a lot of people that are negative, hesitant and downing your ideas, you're not going to have the success that you want, because you don't have that strong support system.
Yeah, man.
Yes. So from there, like when you made that transition and shift and you went into painting full time, like what was the beginning stages like?
So the beginning stages was mainly trying to figure some things out business wise, and even with my artistic style, just experiment. A lot of experimenting up front because I didn't have a formal business background. I didn't go to school for business, so I had to do a lot of reading, and I had to learn a lot about marketing and how to reach out to people. And I remember like one of the biggest strategies I had up front was just to get as many paintings out there as I could. I wanted to just have a massive body of work so that people knew exactly what I was doing and that I was doing this art thing. And I was, one of the other early strategies was do paintings of celebrities and try to DM them as much as I can. And that strategy helped me back then, and it still kind of serves me today because that's how I ended up connecting with the Migos. Was before they were super, super big. They were one of my favorite groups, and I remember I sent their whole company a copy or a picture of a painting I had done, and one of the members Offset reached out to me, and that was how that relationship started. And so that was kind of what the beginning was like just doing just stuff and hoping that something sticks. And luckily it was sticking, so I kind of trial by fire kind of worked out for me, so that was a good thing.
Awesome, awesome. And the main thing that I got was like the consistency, and then your
Yeah.
ability just to reach out and just putting out that massive artwork or that massive content, like some people would say. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you throw something like so many times. You're like, okay, I don't know how many I gotta throw, but I know one of these things is gonna stick. So I may have to throw 1,000,
Yeah.
whatever, but one of these things is gonna stick, and I'm not gonna stop
I'm
throwing
telling you.
until it hits.
And you'd be so surprised at how many people wouldn't do that, like who are scared to put themselves out there. And I'm like, man, what? I don't have anything to lose. Like the worst case, what they gonna say? They don't like the painting, and it ain't like I gotta stop painting because they don't like it. So I felt like, hey, I have nothing to lose except maybe a little bit of money from buying the materials, but I have nothing to lose by sending this work out and doing this work. Only just stuff to gain. And so I'm really just glad it worked out for real, honestly.
And that right there, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm going to say is that mindset that you had right there. Like I have nothing to lose, but I have everything
Hmm.
to gain. Is what's really going into your favor because, like you said earlier, a lot of people don't have that. They have that fear, the hesitations, like, oh, what happens? What they don't like? You were saying, what they don't like my painting. What if I don't make the team? Or what if I put this out here and they don't like it? See, these are like the doubts that
Hmm.
stop a lot of people from going forward. But the fact that you were like, you know what, if they don't like it, oh well, but I'm still gonna do my thing. And another thing I want to
Exactly.
give you credit on is, and I try to tell my friends this all the time, but we all have our friends, they like just don't want to listen, they stubborn, want to do their own way kind of thing. But one thing I will give you credit for is the fact that you DM a lot of people, because it's
Hmm.
basically giving you more chances to at bat. So like if you only just DM one
Exactly.
person, it's like, okay, you only gave yourself one chance. But if you like, okay, I'm putting the work out there, now I'm gonna give myself even more chances, and I'm about to DM a multiple amount of people. It's like we were going back earlier to the earlier concept is one of these things got to stick.
Yeah.
So
Like I remember when I originally got in touch with Amigos, like I did my research. Like I did some stalking on Instagram. Like I was emailing the executives, the assistants, like bro, everybody. Like I sent it to the entire company, like to try to. I guess I got fortunate that one of the actual members was one who saw it, but man, I tried to find everybody. I still try to employ that strategy now. Like if you a photographer for them or have ever shot for them, oh, you getting a DM of the picture. Believe that.
and that's what it takes, man. By any means
I'm
necessary.
telling you.
Or it kind of goes. Have you ever heard of the speaker by the name of Eric Thomas?
Oh yeah, I've done work for him too.
Yeah. See, that's
Yeah,
all going
man.
to your
Same
favor.
way. Same exact way.
Go ahead and tell the audience
Look,
about this one.
I'm telling you, man. So ET was one of another big influence of mine when I first got started because I used to listen to his mixtapes when I first started painting, and I was doing that work early on, and he was giving me some of that motivation. And so I did a painting of him, and he followed me on Instagram, commented on a picture, and I was like, "Yeah, so what's up? Can I give it to you?" And he's like, "I'm gonna be in Atlanta in a couple months." And so I bought a ticket to his seminar, and that was a little bit of that give and take that I think is necessary because it was like, I'm gonna buy this ticket, and
You're
if I
like,
get to give him the painting, and take a
Shoot.
picture. It's all good. So yeah, I was able to connect with him. Did a video, took a picture. I think he auctioned off the painting at some point, but same thing. Yeah, I definitely know ET, and he's a Caleb Brown artwork collector.
Nice. Nice. And that's what it all comes to. And the fact that you jumped on and took the action to actually make it happen. Because, a good chunk of people would have been like, I don't know, should I buy the ticket? You were like, no, no hesitation. I'm getting a ticket. I'm going to meet him. Like, there is no option.
Exactly.
Like, no, this is going to happen.
Exactly. Like, I may not get this opportunity again. Like, I got to get on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what it's all about, taking advantage of the opportunities. So, like, with you did some work for Eric Thomas and the Migos and putting all that grind out, like, what else happened, like, after that part? Like, how's the journey going so far?
So, by that point, business is going pretty good. The word of mouth is getting out there. People are buying artwork, for birthdays, anniversaries, weddings. My college is commissioning me for pictures, like the athletic department wanting me to do certain projects.
Pause. You said your college is giving you commission?
Yeah, Mercer. Man, Mercer is one of my biggest clients. They
Man.
I mean, to this day, Mercer still hits me up for a lot of stuff. Like the athletic department has me do a project every year. Every once in a while, I'm cool with the vice president at Mercer, Miss Penny Elkins, and she always keeps me in mind when they got to do certain projects. Like I have some work in a couple of the dormitories in our football facility. Yeah, Mercer. Yeah, they hit me up, man. I appreciate them too.
Hey, that's great support, that great love right there. I had to pause you on that because I'm like, wait a minute, did I hear what you just said?
Nah, yeah. And so we had a chance. So of course the word of mouth is getting out, and so I'm getting a lot of people, like I guess you call them private collectors, people who are commissioning me for, again, birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, whatever it may be. And so the business is getting better. At that point, supply and demand is at play, so I can start raising my prices, and that's really how it's been since then. It's only gotten better. More and more people, prices can go up. More celebrities, more cool commissions, opportunities to speak, and that's how it's kind of gone over the last 3 years. It's been pretty much consistent in that way, and it hasn't really fallen off, and I'm really grateful for that. But that's pretty much been it, man.
Awesome.
Plenty of stories, definitely plenty of stories in regards to like some of the more famous commissions.
Nice. So I gotta go ahead and make a little quick pivot. So I know you're doing all this artwork and it's all great and dandy, but also seeing you buy you a speaker. So go ahead and drop a little insight on that one.
Oh, no doubt. So when I was a young boy, I remember this preacher basically called me to ministry. Like she said that this one here gonna be a preacher, and I used to be kind of weary of that because I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I don't know if I want to be a preacher. Like I don't know if I want to be a pastor of a church or nothing. So somewhere along the lines, I learned that I could still minister to people and uplift people and motivate people from a different platform. And that is what I believe the opportunity I've been given with my artistic talent. It gives me a chance to speak to people because Caleb Brown, the physical therapist, may not be able to reach the masses, but Caleb Brown, the artist, people will listen, and I'm able to feed into people's lives. And so I've gotten quite a few speaking engagements, talking to high schoolers, some Fellowship of Christian Athlete meetings, and then earlier this year, I got a chance I got accepted to do a TED Talk, and that's going to be this summer. So I'm going to deliver my very first TED Talk in Savannah, Georgia on June 14th. And that was one of my big goals from the jump. So that's a lifelong dream right there that's going to come true this summer. So I'm really excited about that. And I probably prefer the speaking stuff to the art, if I'm being perfectly honest, because I feel like I have a more direct hand in helping people, whereas art is still a product at the end of the day, and sometimes it's a little tougher to, I guess, inspire people with the art by itself. So, but no, the speaking thing is really important to me. I prioritize it. I'm going down to Savannah this weekend actually to do one of the rehearsals for the upcoming event. So I'm definitely excited about that part of my journey and my business.
Nice. And I'm a strong believer that everything goes hand in hand. It's like a well-oiled machine. And I'm going through your profile. It's kind of funny how a lot of stuff that we're talking about, and in the back of my head, I was like, man, Gary V will love everything he's talking about, and I go through and I see you giving him the pain. I'm like, okay, I see you. Like, dude, what it work?
Yeah.
He ain't playing no
Hey
kind of
man,
games.
look, I'm telling you, man, you gotta exploit all resources you have. And Gary Vee is another person that was another one of those influencers. I got to meet him, man, and we were able to make it happen. So I'm grateful. That was awesome.
Awesome. That's also on my checklist to meet him in person one day. So go
Man,
ahead.
he's so cool, bro. Him and Et both like as big as they are, they're both so chill. Like they're the most humblest of people I've ever met in my life. Like wow, for you to be like as because I mean at this point I met quite a few like famous people, and not all of them are that way. And so to see that those guys like that was real encouraging because not all it lets you know that all famous people aren't kind of buttholes or whatever it may be.
Yeah, the typical thing. So with
Yeah.
that, go ahead and drop another jewel real quick. So how did you get like the TED Talks? I guess opportunity was like from you doing all this consistent work and speaking, and then somebody was like, I think, and you got referred like, I think this guy would be a great person to put in the program because of all your past works.
So believe it or not, to get a TED Talk, it's not the hardest thing. You basically have to go figure out where the upcoming TED events are in around you. And I saw there was one in Savannah, so I was able to send in an application, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a part of that application, they ask you to share with them different speaking engagements you've done or recordings. And luckily, I have a channel that has most of my speaking engagements, so they were able to go look at that. They brought me in for a pitch for an interview, essentially, and I was able to tell them what I'd want to talk about. And from there, they accepted me, and then that was kind of how that worked out. So it's a very long interview process. I think it was definitely over 100 applicants, and I believe there's 20 speakers that are going to speak at that event. So it was really cool, and it was definitely some kind of exclusive because, again, I was one of the 20 out of 100. So, but it was definitely you really just have to be ready because if I wouldn't have had those engagements recorded or on there, and I wasn't always comfortable with the speaking engagement because a lot of them are old, and I think I'm a better speaker now than I was then. And so you had to deal with that of, oh man, they might not like what I got. But I was like, you know what? It is what it is.
Yes.
Again, just like going back to the thing, like I have nothing to really lose. Like worst case, I don't have a TED Talk, and I don't have a TED Talk now. So what difference it makes? So I had to go ahead and attack that with courage, and it worked out in my favor. And that was a learning lesson for me too. So it all worked out, man.
I love that mentality, like completely 100, because that's a lot of things that they need to hear right now to get their other people motivated as well. And then also the insight that you gave right now, because you never know like who's listening in. Because there also probably was another speaker who wanted to know how to do that, and you just provided them some great information. So you never know, because life has things. Somebody may listen in and then may DM you and be like, "Thanks, man. You got me to this." And I feel like everything goes back hand to hand.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Cool. So, what are some future projects? And then after that, like. Any last little closing comments before we wrap everything up?
Oh man, so coming up, I'm not gonna lie, I can't really talk about them all, but I have quite a few like celebrity commissions on the docket that I think are really cool. The TED Talk coming up in June, and hopefully even cooler speaking engagements after that, because that's a real big resume booster. So I'm really excited. I plan on writing a book very soon here. Like I've even begun writing it. I just am not sure how long it's going to take me to finish it because of these commissions and things of that sort. But there's a lot of things going on. If anything, I just want people to continue to be themselves, be authentic, and to continue to show up with courage in whatever it is they're doing. Because to do what I do as an artist, just because I enjoy painting, doesn't mean that every day I want to show up to work, or that every day I'm just waking up full of energy because I get to paint. That's not necessarily the case. And, people always come to me and say, Caleb, you're so lucky to be able to do what you love. Yeah, at the same time, I still have to grind too. And I think what most people get it twisted is that they feel like when I became an artist is that I
made it,
got rid of struggle in my life.
Yeah, that's why I said made it.
Yeah, and it's like, no, the difference is that my struggle now is a little more meaningful than yours, to me at least. Like a lot of people are in jobs where they're struggling but the job has no meaning. Like it's just not purpose. It's just to get a check. And what I'm saying is that if you're gonna have to go through hell in your life, at least make it worth something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a battle that I'm trying to take up every day, and I want everybody else to. So like, even if you have to work that 9 to 5 that you don't particularly like, at least give it some meaning. Like, at least let it be something, just a stepping stone to something you really want to do, or towards your purpose. And just to do it with courage, man. To strain towards it, and do it with a lot of love.
Awesome, and great closing comments. Some jewels to leave for people to think on. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. It's your host, Chris Summers, as always, bringing you some inspirational guests. Make sure that you take some notes and share it with friends and family, subscribe, and much more. And then I have my special guest by the name of
Caleb Brown.
Awesome. Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace and much love. What's up, everyone? Just want to go ahead and say thanks for checking out the podcast, Next Level Thinking. You know, we always dropping your jewels to help you take it to the next level. Just want to go ahead and drop a little thing real quick, is that if you need some business consulting and take your business to the next level, make sure you hit me up on the Facebook, Instagram, or any other social networks as you hear this at for a special discount. This is for those listeners that support the podcast. Just hit me up from there, because you all will receive a special discount. Also, keep in mind I will have other things coming as well as workshop and much more to help y'all take it to the next level. So if you want information on that, make sure you send me an email, DM, or wherever on this platform is. All right, peace.